If you find a man who fulfills ordination to his fullest, something ancient will be at work in that man's life to bring certain levels of precision and accuracy to his life. Because if you lack wisdom, sometimes you empower your enemies. Sometimes you elongate the time of your manifestation. And so in order for you to keep pace with God's calendar, one of the things he fortifies you with is his wisdom. And that wisdom does not just come to your life to teach you what to say. It comes to your life to activate a divine product from you, that even though your generation don't like you, they must need you. That's why you find that any man making impact and any man walking in ordination, there is always something unique about him. That's the workings of wisdom, because wisdom comes to pioneer the possibility of inventions, witty inventions. Proverbs chapter 8 verse 12 quickly. It says, I, wisdom, dwell with prudence and find out knowledge of witty inventions. These are inventions that cannot be ignored. These are inventions that are impactful. These are inventions that have the capacity to alter the course of a generation. He said the power to bring about invention dwells with me. And so when God puts an ordination on a man's life, he interjects wisdom into it. When that man is talking, 10 people may have said that thing, but when you hear him say it, you will hear it different. That's wisdom at work. The man enters the business world. People are trading, but he comes up with a strategy, and everybody seeks him. Is wisdom at work. That man enters the lab. Many persons have passed through that institution, but he creates something that for the next 10 years people depend. Is wisdom at work. Anywhere you see novelty, creativity, inventions that impact lives and alter the course of destinies, know that wisdom is at work. And for a man to maximize ordination, one of the things God gives him is wisdom. In 1 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 30, he said, for those who are in light, he said, Christ has been made unto us wisdom. So we have this wisdom beyond what we study. We have this wisdom because Christ is made unto us wisdom. This does not in any way negate the place of study. I spoke about it yesterday. But you see, there is something at work in your life that is bigger than your experiences, bigger than what you have studied, bigger than everything you have heard. It is Christ himself operating within you as a wisdom, giving you answers per time for all of the adversities that you face. Every man functioning in ordination, by all means, must be blessed with wisdom. Let me show you the excellency of wisdom. Proverbs 8:22 to 31. We just read it and hear what wisdom calls himself, and it shows you why, if you have wisdom, you must make impact, and why it's a necessary ingredient for ordination. He said, the Lord possessed me in the beginning of his way, before his works of old. He said God possessed him. Go further. He said, I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning, or ever the earth was. Before anything was created, wisdom said, I was. He said, when there was no depth, I was brought forth. When there was no fountains abounding with water, before the mountains were settled, before the hills was, I was brought forth. While as yet he had not made the earth, nor the fields, nor the highest parts of the dust of the world. When he prepared the heavens, I was there. When he set a compass upon the face of the depth, the deep, I was there. That's the excellency of wisdom. You see why a man who has wisdom becomes more ancient than everything you know. That's the power. He said, when he established the clouds above, when he strengthens the fountains of the deep, when he gave to the sea his decrees, and that water should not pass his commandment, when he appointed the foundations of the earth, I was there. He said, then I was by him, as one brought up with him. I was daily his delight, rejoicing always before him. So everything God created, wisdom said he created it by himself. And so if you will affect your generation, and if your ordination must speak, You must add value to your generation. But the key to adding value is the operation of wisdom. And so what God does benevolently is that he gives wisdom to them that are in him. And so he said, Christ is made unto us wisdom. When it has to do with wisdom, you have to ask. He said, him that lacketh wisdom should ask of him that giveth liberally and upbraideth not. He giveth liberally. So when you confront anything, don't depend on the name they call you. I know they call you Odogu. I know they call you huge names. You have a title. But when you confront a situation, make demand on wisdom. Lord, what must I do? Lord, how do I go about this? Suddenly something will break out of your spirit that is many times superior to what you were thinking. And then you will discover that there is another side to your reality. Many have not tapped into wisdom. That's why, although they are correct today, but what they did today that is correct will mar what is coming tomorrow. Because you can do something today that appears right, but it has truncated your possibility in 10 years. And so when you arrive at 10 years, you will regret why you did that thing you did. At the time you did it, it looked right. But 10 years later, it became your stumbling block. And so no matter how simple it appears, you live your life navigating by wisdom. Because the excellency, the reason God cannot be wrong, the reason God can never fail, the reason God can never become obsolete is because God functions by wisdom. Everything God does remains relevant and will be relevant until God changes his mind. Say, him that lacketh wisdom. Every day of your life, ask for wisdom. It's a gift God has given to you. He made Christ your wisdom. Your asking brings forth that operation. And as you do that, you discover you come into a superior realm of existence. And people look at you and they marvel. And then every year you are more relevant than you were. And they are asking, what are you doing? I'm asking. And the more I ask, the more I become relevant, the more I become impactful, because I am spending from the intelligence of another. I know I studied, but I'm using the brain of God. I'm using the mind of God. And God is more knowledgeable than all the books in the university I attended, the professors inclusive. So while I appreciate my mind and use it, I depend on something superior. I draw from the mind of God. That's why the Bible said we judge all things because we have the mind of Christ. God is not saying we should throw our minds away. I told you yesterday that you should use it, but your mind must be a gate to another mind. Draw from God. Never live life presumptuously. Never live life on the basis of assumption. Never live life on the basis of trends and what is popular. Always ask. And the more you ask, the wiser you become, the stronger you become, and you discover that your life beams out glory in different propensities. Your generation never tired of your existence.